First at 4, there's a tentative deal, but the UAW strike at General Motors isn't over just yet. The union trying to decide if the agreement is good enough. We're live with the very latest. And breaking news from the Middle East, Vice President Pence announces a ceasefire in Syria. Where does that leave America's former ally, the Kurds? Ben?
Sandra, we are under freeze warnings for tomorrow morning. We'll tell you exactly how low these temperatures are going to go for our morning commute. Paula?
Here's something you probably didn't know. You can donate your house to your local fire department to help them train and save lives. I'll explain.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sandra Ali in for Karen Drew. First at 4, there's now a tentative agreement to end the UAW strike at GM, but it's not a done deal. Local union presidents have been meeting for hours to consider that offer from General Motors, and the question is, where do things stand right now? Let's get to business editor Rod Maloney. He's at the RenCen for us this afternoon. And Rod, what are you hearing?
Well, what we're hearing is that if you thought this was going to be a simple and easy process, you kind of missed the point here, because this has been a very difficult situation all along. We're going to show you some video now of the bargaining team going into the meeting this morning. It happened way back about 10:30. They met for about an hour, hour and a half, and then broke for lunch for about an hour and a half. And now they've gone back into that meeting, and they continue in what we're told is the question and answer session. And the longer this goes, that means that there is a lot of pushback on the contract. Now, we have received details of this contract because the union published them today, perhaps in a way to help the rank and file understand what's in this, so that if in fact they were to get a TNA, that they could get a ratification pretty quickly. But as it stands right now, the meeting is still ongoing, and we're waiting to hear. So if you want to see the full details of the contract, we do have them posted on clickondetroit.com. Sandra, back to you.
And Rod, at this point, you know, if there is a tentative agreement, how does the ratification process then move forward?
Well, normally what they do, and it usually takes a couple of weeks, is that they take the details of the contract, the summary, and they bring it to the local in the area where you are. You go to your local, and then they have an education session where the rank and file get to ask questions, and then they tell them what's in the contract. And then after that, usually a day or two after that, they take a vote. They have people come back in and vote, and then those votes get sent to Detroit, and then they're all counted. And at the end of the process, they will say, okay, we either have a ratified contract or not. Again, that takes a couple of weeks. It looks like they're trying to expedite that if, in fact, they can get past this TA. And so it could be a few days. We just don't know, and we're going to have to wait until they come out and tell us precisely how this is all going to go.
Yeah, but still several steps ahead. All right. Thank you so much, Rod. And, of course, we are going to check back in with Rod tonight at 5 o'clock. And don't forget, you can get strike updates online and also on your phone on clickondetroit.com. A group of thieves are on the run after police say they slammed a car into a Coney Island. Take a look at the damage here. This was left behind at the Aurora Coney Island on West 7 Mile near Telegraph, which is on the city's west side. Police tell us 4 or 5 people used a Dodge Ram pickup to blow out the front door of the restaurant. The thieves then loaded the cash machine right into the back. Investigators are reviewing this restaurant's surveillance cameras, looking for any possible clues. A boil water alert in the city of Monroe has now been lifted. We told you about the problem with water pressure earlier in the week. Several families in the area were told to boil their water before using it. That problem has now been fixed, and tests now show the water is safe. There's no sign of any bacteria, so things in that area are back to normal. Right now, we are living through the ups and downs of the fall season here in Michigan. In fact, we just heard there's a freeze warning for tonight. Ben is standing by with the very latest on that. Hey, Ben.
Yeah, Sandra, that's a big down tonight. This is going to be even colder than what we got to on Tuesday morning when we had the frost. Those purple colors mean freeze warnings in effect for the entire area overnight through Friday morning. So we're likely going to be at or below 32 for at least a few hours tomorrow morning when we get started. The good news is this may end our mosquito threat for the season. We really need those numbers to not only touch 32, but go below there there for a while, and that may be what we see as we start out our Friday morning. Temperatures, though, are going to fall through the 40s this evening and right through midnight. The winds that are up right now are going to relax, and that's what's going to lead to these temperatures cooling and the frost potentially moving in with that freeze warning as well. So we'll talk more about that and some much warmer temperatures for the weekend in just a few minutes. Sandra?
Thank you, Ben. We're following breaking news right now out of the Middle East. Today, President Trump launched an intense push to get a ceasefire in northern Syria. Both Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, they both flew to Turkey. They were seen as the only people who could get a face-to-face meeting with the Turkish president, and they got what they wanted.
The Turkish side will pause Operation Peace Spring in order to allow for the withdrawal of YPG forces from the safe zone for 120 hours.
This was a great thing for the Kurds. This was a great thing for Turkey. This is great for everybody.
But the Kurds who fought with the U.S. against ISIS are now being pushed out of the homeland they've had for the past 5 years. Turkey invaded the area 20 miles south of its border. This is after President Trump ordered U.S. troops out. It's not clear what happens after that 5-day ceasefire, but the Trump administration is dropping sanctions against Turkey. Much more to come on this tonight at 6:30 on the NBC Nightly News. There was a key witness on Capitol Hill today in the impeachment investigation surrounding the president, but the biggest shocker may have come from the White House, from a member of the president's inner circle, in fact. Devin Skillian is tracking both parts of this developing story for us today. Devin?
I think I actually had my mouth open while I was watching the news conference this afternoon, Sandra. It was something, and we'll get to those comments from Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney in just a second. But first, the testimony we knew was coming from the ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland. Sondland was involved in a series of texts about the president's dealings with Ukraine. In his prepared remarks, Sondland told Congress he was disappointed. The president told him to work with his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. He also says he believes it is wrong to invite a foreign government to conduct an investigation or to influence an American election. While Sondland says he thought it was wrong, the president's acting chief of staff, a little later on, had a very different take at the White House. He basically admitted a quid pro quo connected to Ukrainian military aid.
I was involved with the process by which the money was held up temporarily, okay? 3 issues for that. The corruption in the country, whether or not other countries were participating in the support of the Ukraine, and whether or not they were cooperating in an ongoing investigation with our Department of Justice. That's completely legitimate.
Now, in this case, Mulvaney was talking about the investigation into the 2016 election, not the investigation into the Biden family, which, of course, has been a focus of this probe. However, Congressman Adam Schiff does not think this approach is legitimate. He just said, and this is a quote, "I think Mr. Mulvaney's acknowledgement means that things have gone from very, very bad to much, much worse," end of quote. So we'll keep you posted as we get more reaction, which is happening right now in Washington and elsewhere. Sandra, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Devin. There is a new Brexit deal on the table, but the crisis is not over just yet. European leaders have unanimously endorsed the deal, but it still needs approval from the British Parliament. Lawmakers there have rejected 3 previous deals. Some of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's political rivals and even his allies have said they won't sign off on the deal, so its future at this point still uncertain. The deadline for Britain to leave the European Union is coming up. It's on October 31st, in fact, just 2 weeks away. During firefighter training, the crews usually have to manufacture conditions similar to the real thing. Well, now 2 local boys have launched their own campaign to help their fire department get more realistic training. Our Paula Tutman tells us they're hoping some of you will let them burn your house down.
So I want to show you this brochure these young men actually came up with. Now, they thought of this a couple of years ago, but right now the Birmingham Fire Department is really trying to, I guess you could say, accelerate this program. This is home video of a simulated fire and the Birmingham Fire Department training. It's Rachel Robinson's house, and as a teenager, she remembers a similar scenario, except it was for real.
At 3 in the morning, we had a house fire. And so by the time our smoke detectors actually went off, the house was completely filled with smoke.
When she and her husband decided to rebuild their Birmingham lot, instead of just tearing down and demolishing the existing house and scrapping it for this one, she invited the fire department to use it for training first. Her twin sons watched the training, learned what firefighters see and what they're up against.
It was cool to see how they did what they did, like what procedures they went through.
And they told us, we actually found out that they don't get very many houses to practice on.
And they remembered their mother telling them about the time she was in a fire. And so these two soon-to-be 17-year-olds took it upon themselves to start a campaign. Instead of demolishing, when renovating, give the fire department a chance to use the house first.
We need to see different kinds of construction of homes, how they're built, how they're constructed. So if we find ourselves in the middle of the night inside of a house, our firefighters are used to thinking outside the box, how they can get to an occupant, how they can find themselves getting out of danger in case they're trapped, they fall through a floor or whatever. So in these homes, we cut up through the roofs to practice ventilation, we cut through the floors, we cut through the walls, anything to sharpen our skills as a firefighter.
In the city of Birmingham, you can't sling a red hat without hitting orange fencing, where various older housing stock is being torn down for mega homes. Now, these are a lot of different kinds of buildings, and by using them to train, lives can be saved.
It's really cool to see that we can actually have an impact being just like everyday high school students just doing the same thing everyone else is.
And this doesn't just have to be in Birmingham, because here's the thing. If you just contact your local fire department, if you're renovating or demolishing a house in any municipality, you can still offer them the possibility to train. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
By the way, Paula also tells us you don't have to be doing a tear down to participate. Even if you're doing major renovations, the fire departments can still use the existing structure without actual flames and without using water as well. Still ahead, it's a change in routine for about 4 million women. We're going to talk about a magazine that used to be on coffee tables and kitchen counters really all across the country. Also, a massive nor'easter slams into several states. We're going to talk about the impact on millions of people. But up first, he had one of the most powerful and eloquent voices in Congress. Tributes for civil rights leader Elijah Cummings from the president and our own Detroit's own Debbie Dingell. That's up next.
He played Tarzan on TV. Now his wife is slain. The murder investigation